Now that your child has moved from the junior high school and now moving to the senior high school, here in Ghana is moving from the JHS and then they are going to SHS. Guys, admissions are now. Kindly secure your child's placement first. These are things you need to know. The West African Examinations Council will release provisional results slip. Once you've received this one, it comes with a link which has attachment of the special placement and enrollment form. So your job is to print out these forms and then fill them out. Important documents you should not forget. Your child needs a form of identification. This could be a Ghana passport or a national ID, okay? You should get these particular documents together with the NHIS insurance card. This card is required at the admissions office in the school your child has been placed by the government. So these are the documents you need to carry on the day you're taking the child for admissions. The NHIS insurance card, any form of identification of the child, it could be a passport or a national ID, okay? You should carry your documents of enrollment form that you printed out, special placement, and your provisional result slips on the day. Carry these to the school that the government has allocated for your child.
Hello JOVIM family, welcome back to my channel. This is 𝐒𝐿𝐻𝐂𝐈𝐀𝐋𝐒 in Ghana. Yes guys, it is that time to run around school requirements, school placement and admissions, checking results for your students or for your children or word. Okay, this month November, all the kids who sat for their JHS, that is O-level in Uganda, here in Ghana we call it JHS, okay? In the last video I spoke about what it requires to put your child in education here in Ghana, okay? Let me adjust this seat properly. Basically what I would say is there is another hassle when they sit for their finals and then you have to wait for the government selection process. We can write our choices of where you want to go after you sat for exams. Let's start at this point. The kids will sit for their final exams. In Uganda, we call it O-level exams, okay? Here in Ghana, we call it JHS exams, okay? Basically, the kid will sit for the exam, about 10 subjects for this current placement or cohort. They sat for about 10 papers. They have science, they have English, French, and any other language. Tree is included, and all lots of subjects. I cannot break them now from 1 to 10, but they sit about 10 papers. When they finish sitting, they stay at home for a while. The while is a bit longer, but the results come back. Once those results return to the respective schools, you get your results and know how your children have performed, basically that particular cohort. Best mark being about 10, 6, 8, 4, and so on. So single figure. So 11, 12, 13 is still a good one. Okay? All right. When that is done, that is the child's part to play. So the exams are set by them and they have to revise and get ready for that. Now, as a parent, your role comes into the choices of schools you want this kid to go to. And the next level is called SHS. So today, guys, I've come to talk about SHS. It's quite stressful because I mentioned before, the Ghana government education department is responsible for placing each individual child to whatever school. We don't pay tuition fee, okay? All you need to do is pay for requirements and see what selection the government has made for your child. For example, every school has a different uniform, every school has different requirements, and every school have different, I'll call it criteria, but it's a protocol. I'll speak for my own child. We were very lucky we got the choice we made. We wanted St. Monica's. For the girls in Ghana, I think you know how highly we value St. Monica. Okay, that girls' school puts on white top and blue skirts. They also have a beautiful African traditional wear for the Sunday service. The requirements, they will differ for every parent because the placements are different and every school has its own list. Okay, I'll go through quickly the one for St. Monica because at least I know that one. I wrote it somewhere. Okay, first of all, the basics are the uniform. The best is to get 2 of each, 2 white shirts, two blue skirts with a blue tie. Okay, that is one. Secondly, the socks are white, no marks of black or brown or anything. They are plain white. Then we have Ghana made shoes. They are brown. I didn't carry a pair because I just bought what I need. Okay, next time I promise I'll show you the pictures of these particular shoes. They are the recommendation. Bring anything else, however brown it is, you take your child with you until you get these requirements. Okay, the other thing that is required is t-shirts. T-shirts and shorts, that is for sportswear. For St. Monica again, we put on white plain, blue plain t-shirt and a blue short. Okay, you could also buy a school track suit. It is also blue with white stripes at the side. Those are provided at school. Okay, the other thing on that prospectus I remember clearly is the requirements the school want. That is for basically the boarding section. Depending on what course your child is doing, for example, we have the section for science students, art students, and other students. Okay, my child is doing science, so what our prospectus has a requirement of bringing a mop bucket and its mop, plus a sweeping broom, a plastic broom. Okay, then the other thing on there is 1 kilogram of washing powder and a small bottle about 500 ml of Dettol or disinfectant. That is just for the boarding section. Those are for the science students. If you're not students or you have an art student or a child, they have a different collection. It may be a cutlass, it may be a hoe, it can be a scrubbing brush, something like that. Different departments bring different things, meaning the whole school is divided into the arts, the science group, and I think there's something management, I can't remember the third category of children. So those children have different requirements to bring to the boarding section. Okay, the most important thing is the admission letter. It is a small slip with the kid's number, that is registration number, this classroom they'll be attending, their full names, signature from the head of department or headmaster or whoever represents the admission. Okay, that is also included in that. That is a very small slip. You laminate it and photocopy it. Don't lose it because you have to carry it for the whole time you're in that school. All right, then the other things, let's see. Pairs of bed sheets, plain white, plain blue. You can choose 2 pairs of each. Then a pillow, Macintosh, that is foam kind of pillow, 1. Mattress, not all houses carry mattresses. For example, our house, I'll not tell you which one. We don't carry mattresses. It's the newest building in St. Monica. I'm so excited because I was happy to see what my kid was getting. Okay. The other thing is you need to get a pair of trainers, white trainers. Then the sandals we use for funeral, the black ones, at least 2 pairs. Okay. That is part of the requirements. Then the rest is to the child's taste. The grab or the snacks or the eat after. You can carry gari or you can use kibo gari. Peanuts if your child eats groundnuts. Sugar a little bit, which they can contain. Toothbrush, toothpaste. You have to carry a torch with batteries. No phones allowed, guys. Don't carry your phone. Okay, if you give a child a phone, you're breaking the school rules. Your coat is not a punishment, but they expel you. Good luck to you. Okay, what I want you to know is at SHS, be careful when you're selecting the places you want to go. There are top playing schools in every country. Here in Ghana, we have St. Louis, we have St. Monica, we have Asantwa Girls, and many others. But I like schools around Kumasi because that's where we are located, and I don't want to travel far to check on the children, okay? So yesterday was the day we packed ourselves out of the house and off I sent the second child out there. The other point I want to make, people in diaspora, we are always worried about the education system in Africa. But remember, you were educated in Africa and you managed to get a job abroad, right? Or maybe some of you started abroad, my dear. Some of you have been in the wealthy families and enjoying life, right? For those of you who are like me, you were born in Africa, bred in Africa, studied in Africa, and you nearly got married to stay here, yes? Welcome. I want to reassure you, the education system, although it's not up to the highest standard we want to compare it with abroad, but we are different people. We are developing differently, and Africa is a developing continent, okay? There are schools we call A-class schools, B-class, and C-class, and so on. If you can target a school which is already in the A-class, remember we don't pay school fees. Only if you want your child in private school, you pay or fork out the money, okay? So for lower sections, primary sections, JHS, which is O-level, I would suggest if you have the ability, if God has blessed your pocket, please pay for tuition fee if you are taking the child to government school. They teach the same curriculum, the syllabus is the same, but the attention is different, okay? So if you want the child to get more time and get more input before they sit for their final exam, pay for tuition. That's if you cannot afford private. Then if you are going to go for private, kindly, I'm begging, don't just take a child to a fancy school, or where they keep their hair long, yes, where they want to look posh, yes. All you're thinking about is horse riding. Guys, you know it. The real world, the real university we go to as parents is far different. Kids who have it soft, wrapped in cotton, don't enjoy the actual reality of what is out there. Very few do. That's if you're working for your father's company or mother's company, or you own your own business. But still, you employ people to work to make ends meet and also make you progress, isn't it? So if you want your child to have that better fight or the better chance of survival within the environment we are in at the moment, you need to train them well. Both formal and informal education, okay? And for private schools, because I could afford it, okay? However, when it reaches to SHS, the governments decide where the children go. Feel free to make the selections. I want this school, I want the other school. The school will advise you to mix the A class, B class, C class, and any school close to you, okay, during the choosing of placements, okay? However, the final say still comes from the Ministry of Education department. They decide where the child will go. And once now, the next part is once these results are back, you know what your position is. For example, you've achieved maybe 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, whatever grade, okay? Now the next part to wait for is where are you placed at? Which school has the government chosen for your child, okay? Once that computer list is out, you get to go to this school. If you really like it, you have to go on time or earlier than the date that the kids should report. Reason being that there is a lot of queue, there is a lot of stress, there is a lot of checking for results and connecting with this department, the other department. Then you select what the child themselves, if they have what they already have by heart. For example, they may want to do sciences for the next level 2. So they will have a list and groups of courses or subjects to choose from. Okay? The school will give you a form and tell you this is group A, group B, group C, group D. These groups are with different subjects, both core and elective, okay? So the science group will be given the groups they have in that department. Let's say in our olden days, we used to call it PCB, PCM, okay, PEM. These initials, P and this is physics, chemistry, math, stroke something. Or biology, chemistry, and physics and something. So that is the same thing, only that now kids are doing more subjects than we did, okay? Once you select that on the admission date, the next thing you will do is you enroll onto the computer. Now you're confirming to the government that thank you very much for offering my child a place, and I've reported. They'll give you a registration number, which is the actual identification number for your child. Okay? Photocopy that piece of paper, laminate it, because that is something you should be using for the rest of your time at SHS. It identifies the child, the classroom, and the course they do. Okay? The other important documents you should remember for us coming from diaspora, you need a Ghana ID. For my case, we have a Ghana passport for the children. Okay? We have the National Health Insurance card. In UK, it's the NHS card. Here, it is NHIS card. That particular healthy card is compulsory to hold. There is a department you have to go to, register the child. They'll take a photo ID, give you a hard copy of it, and that you should present to admissions when you go to the school. Okay, so we have a certificate, birth certificate, we have the Ghana passport, we have the NHIS card, then you have the placement form, you have the result slips. Yes, you have to carry those for admission. Is that clear? Those documents have to be with you. That's what permits whoever is registering you on the other end, the school you've accepted to take. Then they'll give you another small slip to show the government that you came to enroll. Okay? Once that is done, guys, just wait for the reporting. When do you want your child to come? That will be when you want them to attend a particular government school they've been given. Okay? On the day of admission, now that you've carried your child to the school of the choice that you've taken, you have to bring those particular documents I've told you about. The admission slip, don't forget it. The NHIS card, that is the healthy card. No money is required. Remember, it is free education. Whatever you decide to do is a choice in terms of money. Yes. However, the requirements are on a prospectus. Don't go and bring purple color when they're asking for black. You go back with your child. Schools are strict. Okay? If they've asked for particular color of uniform and the length and the shape, follow it. Don't go and design your own thing just because it's blue. You follow. Your child will follow you home. They will not admit them. Seriously, I'm laughing, but it's true. I've seen parents crying, children crying when they just change the shape of the Sunday uniform. Same color, but they fashioned it. My dear, you go home with your child until you correct it, if you're lucky to find that the place is still being held for you. Okay? So the documentations, result slip, admission form, registration slip, NHIS card, your ID, that is either passport or national ID. Okay? These things, you should not cram them because the government sends a prospectus out for every particular school. It's not like before whereby rich people carry different beautiful things and the poor will carry the other. We all are uniform, we carry the same things, okay? So basically, I'm begging, if you get the prospectus on time, rush to get these things because the competition is up there. It's not like before that you go to fancy places and collect these things. They are now uniform, so all of you will be in the market. All of you will be at the bookshops. All of you will be running up and down to try and get these items. Because without them, the child will not be admitted. Okay? That is that. That is SHS. I'm excited. If you're worried about school fees, forget there's no school fees. All you need to look for is money for the requirements. Yes? And these requirements are just minimized and put on a prospectus that you should follow because they will follow it item by item, number by number, and so on. So from me, Jacqueline, the update on how to get into schools in Ghana, or update on how to get your child education in Ghana, is summarized It sounds simple but complicated. So you need to start on time, okay? Listen, pay attention to your kids' needs, yes, but then pay attention to what their weaknesses are and strengths. Then advise accordingly. The teachers are very supportive, the communities are very supportive, and everybody, when it comes to school, they want the kids to go to school. So everybody will help you. Diaspora, don't panic. There's no fees involved. If you're worried, oh, when I go home, how will my kids go to school? I've mentioned, and I'll repeat again, if you cannot afford private school, put the child or the children in government school and get some tuition, a little bit of push, okay? Then let it be, because at the end of the day, you're not going to command the schools. You will have to wait for the government to make the selections and act accordingly. From me, Jacqueline, any question, leave them in the comment box. Leave anything that I've mentioned in reverse, or you want to add something, or you have to ask something. Ask me. Whatever I know, I'll share. If I don't know, I'll pass it. Okay? Until next time, this year we are in. I've said it's another time in Ghana for rushing for these placements. I've done my part. We are at St. Monica's. That's where we've headed. I'm blessed, I'm highly favored, and excited. Guys, hey, my dear, it feels good to have your child where you want. Until next time, bye-bye. Love you all.